Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Amplified server. Today is the last episode that I can record before I go on my vacation, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to it. However, it means we don't have quite as much time as usual over here, and right now I'm getting below 30 frames per second. And when I look in this direction it comes all the way back up. We've been discussing this forever. Something down here causes lag and no one's got any idea at all what is actually causing it. Of course, we've done some lag investigation and stuff like that. But anyway, getting a little distracted here. Yes, this is the last episode that I have to record, and I have all sorts of ideas, but I think many of them are a little too big for the amount of time that I have. So I thought what we'd do today is we would tie up some loose ends and focus on some small little jobs here and there that need doing. I'm sure I'll be able to find a few more, but at the moment I found two of them. So first of all, we've got this lonely portal over here which needs some work. We talked about this before. I saw Jevons beacons and then I had like a flash of inspiration. Hey, we could build a little, hut for this thing and make it look a little bit more pretty and inviting, and perhaps we can connect up the path as well because it goes over towards this tree patch somewhere around here, which I think is actually me. I put down some saplings for farming and then I kind of left them and forgot about it, and now we've got a giant tree patch. But over here the pathway comes all the way up and just stops right here, so we can continue extending that over towards the portal and then let it meet up with that. We could also connect our path up the top there as well. So a couple of things that we can do on this side of the Nether. But if we go through to the other side, there's some projects that are being done in here, which I'm hoping not to run into any spoilers. By the way, we need a banner design for this. I'm going to look into that today for sure. But over here, there is a little bit of a gap between Biffa's portal and the Iron Golem portal. So I figured we could perhaps make this look a little bit nicer, tidy it up. And then back here, I know that False is going to be working on this portal. And then Tango is going to be working on the Wither Farm. And, Witch Farm. And I was thinking, right, we've got to be careful not to reveal any spoilers. And then all of a sudden, there is this massive netherrack wall. I think that's a spoiler wall like I've never seen one before. Unless someone just decided to build that wall there. I don't know why. There's some trees. I'm very curious to see what's going on around the corner. So, yeah, as well as working on the portal and the paths in the overworld, we'll come back here and we'll just build a nice little design to sort of connect these two tunnels together. But that's the plan so far for today's episode. And now I'm going to go have a sneak peek at the witch farm. Alright, I've come up with a design of sorts, and unfortunately the brown beacons are not going to work. The two at the front really do need to change. I was building with them and they were just a problem, so we're going to change the colour of these, and I was just investigating this. If we break this and drop down below, you can see we actually come out right above Jevon's base. Now, I think what I'm going to do is break this and then find my way out of here again. So you can see he's got the brown beacons going on down here, but they're kind of part of his base. So we don't want to change it at this point, but up above we could change it. So let's just try and place that right in the right spot. There we go. Nice. So that's fixed. And this is his storage room. So I guess it comes right down underneath that area, which I didn't realise. And I'm going to guess that this is the way out. I think we got it right. Doesn't look like there's a dead end at the end here. But anyway, we're going to go up there and we're going to replace the colour. And the way we're going to do it is by putting some glass up at the top. So it will stay brown down below in Jevon's base, and then up the top it will change to white. And I can't remember how many colours it is you need to change it over fully. Hi, go away. But we are able to put a certain amount. Maybe it's like 4 blocks of white stained glass will change it back to a regular beacon beam. So I'm going to make up that, and then once we've got some white beacon beams at the front, then it's going to be much easier to build, because once again we're going to go with a quartzy-like building like the other portal that we did. This one is going to be a little bit smaller. There's not going to be a lot of purple on it, but a similar style build, that's for sure. And I've got to chop down all of these as well. So let me get some materials together and then we'll plop down that glass and see if it works. Alright, so the easiest way to do this is going to be to just dig down on the side here. So I think we want it to come up to this level. Maybe it goes one higher. No, I think it's this level right here. So that would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's give it a go for 4 blocks. So we put one there, and it's halfway white. Then it's a little bit brighter. Ooh, brighter again, maybe. And then I think no difference at all. We're going to do that. We're going to go with 4. It looks like we may have got away with 1 less, but we're not trying to be super efficient here or anything like that. So anyway, let me start building up a little bit of this design. The portal, by the way, is going to stay in the exact same place. And look at that. I'm breaking there. For quite a while, that's actually stayed without taking any damage, which is pretty cool. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and And by the way, if you were wondering, you can see that down below the beam is brown, and if we just have a look down there, you can't really see it from here, but the glass down there is still brown. So nothing's changed down below, we've only changed what's going on up the top here. Alright, we've got a little bit of the foundation down here, and now is where things are going to start to look good. So we're going to throw in some quartz, and if you look at what I'm building with here, it kind of occurred to me a moment ago, absolutely no colour whatsoever. We're just going for whites and greys, and that does make things really simple. So we want to put in some pillars, and they go all the way down to the ground here. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's actually as high up as it goes, up to where the glass is. Now I did think about making this thing a little bit wider, but it felt like if I made it any wider it just kind of looked awkward and odd, etc. So on the side of this we need some slabs down at this height, I think, same height as the one next to it, and then we're going to put some glass over here, but that's going to be as wide as it goes. So some glass on either side, in the middle there it connects to the obsidian, and behind that portal, by the way, is some glowstone. So that looks pretty cool, I think. Gives it a nice backing. It's not too obvious, is it? As you get close you can see it though. So that's that, and now that's pretty much all of it. We're going to add some walls as well, so let's quickly swap over to these blocks. And I was thinking of putting some bushes around the outside of here as well. So we'd have some walls come out like this on either side, and don't worry, I'll patch up all of those missing spots like that. And there we go, it's sort of coming together. So now it's all about the roof. We're going to have some upside down stairs in the middle, those slabs on either side again, so they kind of line up with the ones at the bottom on top of the glass. So, oh no, that's the wrong type of slab. How did I select that? Let's go with this. I've got to say, when you're building, the jump boost is pretty damn useful. As you saw there, we can jump up and grab the items, and it helps you hop around and do building just a little bit easier. But now for the top part, this is where things get a little bit tricky, because I'm looking at my image and I'm struggling to understand what I've done. I think I've put stairs like that. That looks about right. And then we've put slabs on either side and then blocks in the middle. So we've got a little bit of a slope going on. Let's put the full blocks like that, those at the back there. And then on the front side, these should have some extra stairs right there. Just poking out a little bit, adds a little bit of depth. And there it is on this side. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, no, there's also some more slabs as well. So an extra slab on the end there, and then we put it a little bit lower. So we put it in front of the glass. It doesn't connect as well. And I do believe that's almost it. Is that it? Feels like there should be something in the middle. That is actually it. That is it built correctly. And I also put some banners down on these pillars as well. So I'm going to go grab some purple ones just to throw a little bit of the purple colour in there. But if we take a step back, that doesn't look so bad. It kind of looks a little bit out of place. Oh, I'm not so sure now. Maybe if we put some bushes around it, it might help it settle in a little bit. But it does actually look not quite as good as I thought it would. So I think I've identified a little bit of the problem here. Still haven't got those banners, but we put that there and then another one here. Yeah, it was a little bit different on the other side, but it is kind of like this thing sort of stuck out a little bit from the terrain around it. So by putting some blocks across the front, we'll merge the grass here into the path, and then just connecting things up, smoothing things around the outside a little bit. It does look just a little bit better. Like this over here looks a little bit more connected, and obviously there's some gaps here at the back. I guess we could put some slabs down or just some regular blocks like that. But that ties it in a little bit better, but the white is just a massive contrast to the green around it. But there you go. We need a path in front of this now, and I think a little bit of shrubbery, and we'll also throw down some banners. But that's like the finished design right there. You can make what you want of that. I'm not going to say too much about it. I think it's alright, maybe a bit out of place. But there you go. Yep, bushes make the world of difference. I cannot actually remember where we were when we last recorded. Just had so many distractions and things going on. But these bushes, yep, they make a world of difference, don't they? And also removing these torches, I feel, makes a big difference. Just a few more bushes sort of in the area kind of adds to the ones that we've got here. And this definitely needs something around it. Like I feel like there needs to be things occupying this space. But for now, I'm happy with how that's turned out. And also, I don't want to overdo the bushes as well. I've done something here that I see other people do all the time, and I never seem to be able to get away with, which is to put like a string of bushes like this. And I've taken it from the roof, gone down one side, and then done the same thing on this side over here, having it wrapping around and going down, and then alongside that some spruce bushes. Now the spruce ones being a different colour look really nice against the quartz, so I've got to say I think those two complement each other well. But that is that done. I've also got these banners in my inventory, and I'm not sure if we're going to keep these or not. Maybe we'll do a pattern on them like we did for the Nether hub on the ceiling, so we'd have like a phase going over it, a little bit of white in there, and then the border again. That'll probably make it look a touch nicer, but I'm going to say for now that is done. So we'll try that pattern actually. I'll have time to do that. And now we've got to connect the paths together. And we've got to take down this monstrosity over here. So I've been trying to cheaty zoom the portal over there to remember if we actually put a banner on it or not. I think we might be able to see it from over here. Got to be careful in this area. It feels like every now and then a creeper comes and gets me. And from here I think we can actually get a good view. No, that's right, we put anvils in front of it. Okay, so we didn't use banners over there, but we got some banners here. Did the same thing as in the Nether hub. This is just a really nice detail to change the default, I think. Whenever I'm going to use the default in the future, I think I'll end up using this little pattern. So let's put it down. And yeah, tiny bit of detail just makes it look ever so much nicer. And that's right, I've connected up the path. I've also chopped it away like this, which I think doesn't look too bad. And nothing too spectacular to talk about here because, of course, it's just a basic little path to connect things together. But that's another little job done, another thing that needs tying up. And now we can go into the Nether. And I've got some ideas for what we're going to be doing on this next bit. And there comes back the FPS. There was down to like 20 FPS for a second there. Oh, Hermit Hills is so laggy. So anyway, I've been thinking, right, we've got the iron on one side and we've got biffers on the other. Where are the blocks that I need? Here they are. Excellent. And some iron as well. Sweet. So if we go over here, we've got this design on one side, we've got the iron one on the other, and I thought to connect them together, perhaps what we could do is mix the two of these textures together. So I think it's going to be relatively easy, but the walls will probably go something like this, and I think the ones that are going to match well together will be these ones right here, because they've got the edges around them, so they kind of divide from one another a little easier. So I think the other colours are going to have to be the more dominant one. The iron will probably get a bit too much here. But if we try this texture in between, that doesn't look so bad as well, actually. So either or of those. And I think with these three materials and a few other things to add some detail, we're going to easily be able to come up with a pattern. Now, if we have a look at the iron right here, I think the best place for our wall to start will actually be one block back from where we are right now. So that's going to be where the wall is. And then it will go all the way across. So let's see where that matches up on this side. It looks like it lines up with this wall perfectly. Yep, it would do. Awesome. And I think maybe we'll keep this quartz trim going all the way across, because that'll match up with the iron, nice and easy on that side. And we can do the same thing in the ceiling as well. So I think this is going to be a relatively easy transition. So this I like. It's pretty cool. And one thing I did here, though, is I pushed this out by one block so we could have this material here going around the outside. That looks so much better because this over here bordered it. But this is actually technically part of biffers here, whereas this bit will be part of the outside area, I guess. But it looks good, so no complaints there. I've also put some stone slabs around the bottom with the quartz going all the way around like that, so that's going to tie that together. And then we've got all of this cobblestone to put in our own pattern. So we're going to mirror this on the opposite side. I'm probably going to put sea lanterns at the top as well. We're going to have a trim of quartz going across, and then that's just going to leave us with the ceiling and the floor. So we made quite a bit of progress here, which is good. And I think it looks nice as well. It's going to be a really cool transition between the two areas. All of this is relatively simple. We're not making a work of art, so I didn't need to put too much thought into this. But there you go, that's it. And I just went with the first thing that I thought of. So I started off with slabs, raised it up by one block so we can see the stairs on the outside, and then I put in some stained glass, raised the slab again, and put the prismarine in the middle, so you get a little bit of a 3D effect there, which is nice. And then some sea lanterns, which has actually made this area so far quite bright. But I think that kind of suits it, you know. We've got a lot of bright colours with the iron and the quartz, which is nice. So anyway, it's onto the floor now, and I don't think it's going to be too difficult. However, I'm not sure what it is that I want to mix with these slabs at the moment. We could go for quartz, that would definitely work, continuing with the theme of some of the materials we've already used, but maybe I'll look for some other materials as well, maybe some spruce or stone bricks. But it won't take me too long to figure it out, because as you know, there's a limited amount of slabs in this game, so I'm going to go over to a different world, you know, creative mode, just have a look through the creative inventory at all the different slabs that are available, and then pick something that I think will fit into this room. However, I don't think we're going to have too many options, because we kind of set ourselves a set theme so far with the green and the white. So it'll probably end up being quartz, but I'll have a look. Today has been a good day. This has turned out very, very nice. I do like it, and it's good when something like this gets done because we're walking through that cobblestone hallway for too long, and now transitioning between these areas feels really natural and nice, and I like it. And for the floor, I didn't bring any other colours into here. I had a look at what's available, but it just felt like it would contrast with the green, so I kept it nice and simple, some quartz and some stone bricks, and that's it. We're done. We can move on to something else now, and there's just a couple more things to be done. So first of all, I want to come up with a banner design for this. Going to be doing that in a moment, and second of all, I've gone and cloned some of the banners over here, because beyond Slipgator's area, we have lots and lots of different places to go to. Now, one of the things that we want to achieve with this Nether hub is being able to see everything from the central area, which still isn't 100% clear. You know, Spunwax over here, the quad farm is that way, the end farm, the iron farm, you can see the Hermit Frills logo, and XP's is a little bit hidden, and Zul'jin doesn't have one, although I don't think you really need one if you're right here, but obviously one would be welcome if someone wants to make one. But anyway, over in this direction there's no sign of what's beyond here, and I've gone and cloned the ones that are. So there's 5 in total, and how are we going to lay these out? I was thinking of putting them down the middle here. Watch out, guy. And that would leave us room for 3 on that side, and we could also put them on this side as well. But then I was thinking there's things up the top here, like the mesa biome, which we're still using this for, and the reason that this is still here is because we have another little tunnel system up the top. So maybe we want to make some banners for that, and then where would we put those? Would we put them like here on the glass? Would we make a wall somewhere, or would we put them on the side here? I do think that would be a little bit confusing. And also with an odd number, this is always going to look a little bit odd, funny enough. So we're going to put falses on this side over here, and we're going to take a step back and see how it looks, and then on the opposite side we will put Cleos and monkeys like that. And it just going to occur to me that Cleos and monkeys things are on that side, and the other ones are on this side. So they're the opposite side on the paths, I guess. But there you go. That kind of looks alright, I think. Or maybe what we should do, do you know what I've just seen? I bet some of you have seen it as well. And also I've got this idea in my head now that maybe we should make a banner for the Nether smelter thing. I'll see what I can come up with. I'm going to go have a look at some designs, play around with a few things. Hopefully I picked up all 5. Let's check. I did. And this thing is even. So this is probably going to look off-center and annoy a few people, but that's just going to happen in this game. It's always going to happen. Plus we'll add more banners to this over time. So what about that? What if they're up there? Yeah, they kind of pop out. I feel like they need a little bit of light with them. And look at that, we've got 7 lamps left over. Let's see if we can just plop them on top for now. Probably won't keep them here, but at least it will provide it with some lighting. And yes, I need to fix that. That's for sure. So let's just put 2 like that for now, so it's a little bit lit up. And yeah, they definitely become more visible. Okay, so we're going to make a couple more banners, and I think that's where they'll go for now. They don't really jump out at you, but the thing is, even if you put them lower down, I think the distance is the problem here. Although that's another thing we could do. We could just have them across the side, like 3 on that side, 3 on this side. I'm going to go make those other banner designs, and we'll play around with this a little bit more. So I have some amazing and epic banner designs for you. I was thinking of what we could do for these 2 different designs, and I came up with something amazing. And I've also just realised that I need another 3 red banners for this one, because that's going on the portal, but it doesn't matter. Let's do this design. So actually I need the blue one first of all. I'm just going to show you this, how to craft it, and it'll all make sense as we go along. So we've got a little bit of fade right there. Then we're going to add in the sun. That's right, that's what that's supposed to be. Then a little more colour in the sky. We're going to add some pink so we get a kind of morningish vibe. And then after that we're going to put in the mountain, because remember it's Hermit Hills. And there it is. And then we're going to put in this thing at the bottom. I forget what it's called. But you can probably see it even with that size thing right there. So let's go and place this on the portal and on the wall. And some other time I'll come back and I'll sort all of that out, because I'm actually running out of time here. But there you go. So this is one Hermit Hills, and that one is the other. They're both going to represent a hill or a mountain over here. And that just makes so much sense, I think. And you can actually do quite a lot with this one over here. You can change the colours of the sky around a little bit. You can also put the fade over the top. Did we have it like that on that side? Yes, we did. We had it at that height. Yeah, you can put the fade over the top of the mountain, which looks pretty cool as well. But after playing around with it for a while, that's what I decided to go with. And I need to make some more of these banners. Actually, I can make more because it's red wool that I'm out of, and that's for the other design. So I've made 2 here. The other one is for the Nether furnace, and this one I think you are really going to like. So we start off with the red banner in the background, then we put down some bricks like that, and then we put down some bars, and this is probably starting to make a little bit of sense. And then what we want to do is cut off the bottom half with black like that. And then we're going to put some fade on this for colour. We're going to add a little bit more red into the bottom area. And then we're going to put a pathway leading up to what we put at the top. And then, the final touch, we are going to put a border around it. Let's clone this thing. You can't really see it, I know. But when we place this on the wall, it will make so much sense. So I'm going to sort out the sign for this thing in a moment. But let's just plop it down there on the end. Oh yeah, doesn't that look cool? Come on. A furnace, you got the bars, and then you got a pathway leading up to it. It's all red and hellish, and I just think that looks absolutely amazing. And that's going to go... Actually, we're going to move these and put them down below. So, yeah, let me make the final touches here. We're going to move these down. I've got to get some more of those ones crafted so we can have them on all of the portal here. Wait, oh, I picked it up. Oh yes, because we're going to go and do what I just described. Oh my. Okay, let's wrap things up. It's been a shorter episode than usual, but that's done. And this is done over here. I've got 2 more banners now. I went and got some more wool. And I think we're going to put this on the sides here so you know what it is. And it's probably not going to look that great. But it does kind of indicate that this is here and that it's the Nether furnace. But that's going to be it for this episode. I think we'll raise this a little bit higher. As you know, I'm going on vacation. I've got loads of videos prepared for you guys. So do not worry. There's going to be a lot of content out while I'm away. In fact, kind of more than I would normally put out, which is crazy. But you'll see why. It's because UHC 8 is starting on Saturday. I guess I can tell you that, which is fine. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please do leave a like. It'll be greatly appreciated. Be sure to check out UHC 8 as well. There'll be a link down there in the description box. But that is it from me this episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching this video. I have a second channel where you can find additional videos of my Twitch live streams. If you're interested in watching one of my live streams, then come over to Twitch and hit that follow button to be notified of when I go live. And if you're not subscribed over here on YouTube, then feel free to subscribe for more content like this. I also have a creative plot world server, play.xisumavoid.com, where you can build on your own plot and join in the fun with our wonderful community. And if you like social media, then you can interact with me on Twitter at xisumavoid.com. Links to all the relevant things can be found in the description box below.